It's so tiny. Hello and welcome. My name is Emily and this is Knitting Out Loud, which is my channel where I share about all the things that I have been making. This week seems like it's been a little bit of a slower knitting week for me, but whenever I look back, I've actually gotten a lot of knitting done. It's just all been, for the most part, on one project. So I only have 2 projects to show this week. I've just cracked open a fresh Coke Zero and I'm ready to chat. So I hope that you have something to work on or snack on, and let's jump right into it. First up is my Tolsta Tank. I have this in a bag by Oh Wow Amsterdam, and I finished all of the body knitting. So now I just have to do the straps. This is a pattern by Rebecca Clow. I am doing the 4-ply square neck version. And last week I was right about here. It is knit from the bottom up, so I was able to get all of this done on the front and the back. So the last thing I have to do is pick up both straps and get those knit up. So hopefully that won't take me too long, and this will be a finished object next week. The only modification that I made was instead of doing a normal 1x1 rib for the finishing, I'm doing a half twisted rib. And I really like the way that that has turned out. I alternated skeins throughout the body, just using helical knitting. And then once I was ready to split, like, I was in the perfect spot where one of my skeins could do the front and one was in the back. So I did not alternate on the front and back, and I don't think that it made any changes to like pulling, or you can really visibly see that I did anything differently there, but I did not alternate for the decreases or the shaping on the front on either side. Watch, I'll block it or I'll take a picture of it and then there will be a complete line. I hope not. It's been a joy to knit. I would definitely make it again. This is going to be actually identical, I think, on the front versus back, so I could technically reverse it, but I had seen some people add like a contrast color to the inside for the back of their garment so that you can easily tell. So I might do that if there is a specific side after blocking it and everything that I want to be on the front versus the back. Okay, so that project took up pretty much all of my knitting time this week. But once I finished the shaping of the front and back, I wanted a little bit of a break before I cast on the straps. So I have a daughter who is 7, and she loves to draw fashion designs for her dolls specifically. So she has drawn me a bunch of different designs that she wants me to make for Barbie and Chelsea. And here they are. These are not, she wants me to make sure you are aware that these are not color specific, but she wants me to make a dress for Barbie and Chelsea, a hat for Barbie, a shirt and skirt for Chelsea, some socks for both of them, another dress or shirt for Barbie that's polka dot, and then a tablecloth. So this has been on my radar for a while, and I'm planning to spend some time making these things in the next week or so. But whenever I was talking to her like 2 days ago, I think, we'll say on Wednesday, it's kind of irrelevant, she let me know that she also really wants to have a sweatshirt for Barbie because her Barbie doll does not have a sweatshirt. So I said, challenge accepted. And I decided to make the world's tiniest traveler hoodie. I'm obsessed. So look at it. Here's where I'm at. It's so tiny. It's so little. I have a Barbie somewhere around here that I have been using as my size reference. But this is where I'm at. I just have literally one sleeve left. I have this guy's this little sleeve is standing at attention. I think if I wasn't going to block it, but I think once I block it, this will kind of relax down a little bit. Yeah, so I kind of just made this up. It is obviously not the exact stitch pattern, but I had that in mind. I made a traveler hoodie for myself earlier this year, and so I did definitely draw from that pattern. What happened was I got the pattern up and I was looking at the scale difference between like a human body and a Barbie body, and it's kind of 1/6 scale is what I was finding. So I scaled down that pattern in terms of stitch count and like overall length. And it was I did not write anything down. It was not complicated. I just kind of would do one step and then guesstimate for the next and have the doll near me and measure as I went. And I think it turned out so cute. Lennon is obsessed with it. She really loves it. And so I wouldn't be surprised if I end up making another one of these for Chelsea so that they are matching. And then I thought that I could add a little bead or two to the drawstring. The drawstring's a little long right now. I did actually really follow the construction of the hood, specifically from the Traveler Hoodie pattern. And I think that it came together really well. I've got the little encasement for the I-cord, but I didn't do an I-cord. I just used a strand of pink yarn. This was leftover yarn from my soft current tee that I just finished. It is from Yarn Nouveau in their Seaside colorway of their sock base. And I knit all of that on US 1 Magic Loop. I really enjoy the creative process of bringing my daughter's ideas to life. And even just figuring out this hoodie, like that is really fun for me to figure it out and kind of just get out of my head and get into the making. And it's simple. It feels very low stakes because it's small and it's a doll outfit, and like it's easy to rip out and it's not going to take a long time or a big, huge commitment. And then even though the sleeves aren't the most enjoyable thing, they're so small that like it's over so fast. So if there's a piece of it that is less exciting or less enjoyable, I know that I'm only going to be doing it for a very short amount of time. So I started this yesterday and I'll finish it today. And I have made the world's tiniest traveler hoodie. What do you think? Does it look traveler-ish-esque enough? Next week, I'll plan to actually hopefully have it finished to show you once it's done, and I can we'll do a Barbie fashion show, especially if I have some of these other designs finished. We did go through and choose colors for the different things, so I think that I'll be able to knock some of these out pretty quickly. And then I'd love to have my daughter on with me and make a video with me talking about them all and showing it all off once it's finished. It was a fun experiment. Whenever I first got back into knitting when we moved, so story time. I've had a lot of caffeine today. I don't know if you can tell. I originally learned to knit as a kid at summer camp and then had a long hiatus, picked it up again after college for like a year, and then didn't touch my needles for probably 10 years. And then when we moved to Seattle, we moved from Ohio to Seattle in 2022. And we had never visited Seattle. We had never been to the West Coast together as a couple. We literally showed up to live in Seattle without ever visiting. And so it was a little bit of a shock to the system. We are from the Midwest. My husband and I grew up within a half a mile of each other. We've known each other our whole lives. We've always been around family. Everything was the same until we moved to Seattle. And so it was a huge change. And I was struggling a little bit with just that big of an adjustment, even though I really love it here. And in that adjustment period, I rediscovered knitting, and I have just really grabbed onto it since then. So it's been about 4 years now. I started telling you that for a reason though, and it was because I started off with a pair of socks and then doll clothes for Lennon's Barbies. She would draw me a design or tell me what she wanted, and then I would make it. And it was just a fun way to really get back into knitting and a low stakes way to be creative. And it really was kind of the catalyst into where I am now with knitting, which is just a truly like the favorite part, my favorite part of my day. Like if I have a day where I don't, even if it's just a row or 2 rows of knitting, if I don't have some form of knitting in my day, like I just feel off. Knitting and reading are like 2 daily must-haves for me. Well, now we've got that out of the way. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh, I need to update you on my sock week sock, what I decided. So I cast on a sock for sock week last week and got to almost the toe, realized it was going to be entirely too big. So I was on the fence. Do I finish the sock for sock week or do I frog it and start over? So since then I haven't touched the sock. I haven't frogged it. I haven't finished it. Sock week is now over. So the only reason I was going to finish it was to have a finished object for sock week. Didn't do that. So I am going to frog it and start over. I think I'm just going to do a vanilla sock, smaller needles, my normal stitch count, and do the vanilla is the new black sock pattern a different day. And then I'll just do afterthought heels. That's kind of my tentative plan. I would like to get that at least organized and on the needles early next week would be the goal. I think I can get these straps done this weekend. That should be simple. I feel like the hardest part is going to be picking up stitches. For some reason, it always takes me 5 tries to get the right number of stitches picked up. But once I have that, I'll be rocking and rolling. My Tolsta tank will be finished. I'll finish this today. And then next week, I can probably just knock out one of these a day while I have my vanilla socks going. All right. I think that is a good game plan for the week and a good place to stop. I hope that you're having a great week and working on something fun. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.